So today I want to talk to you about the stories that journalists are interested in hearing about right now. The ones they'll be covering a lot throughout the rest of this year and possibly for a year or two after that, as most of the topics here will be hot for some time yet. Before I go on, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be informed every time I upload another video about building a visible business. You may have heard me say this before, but media coverage is the one thing that could really change your business around. It did for me, but of course I'm a journalist, so know how to manage a media strategy and make the most of any coverage I get. But you can learn to do this too. When you're using media coverage in your business, it's such a relief not to have to totally rely on other forms of marketing, such as social media. Yes, of course I do that too, but when it comes to marketing your business and showcasing what issues you can help with, it's always best to avoid putting all your eggs in one basket, because you never know what's just around the corner. Maybe Instagram will crash and burn one day and you'll lose all of your connections. That's just an example. Hopefully it won't, but never say never. In business, you need to be searching for and bringing new leads into your world regularly to get a flow of new clients. And using the media is a powerful and fast way to do this. But you have to get involved to make it happen. I've been having chats with my journalist buddies from across different sectors about the stories they're interested in writing about right now, and we're in July 2022 if you're watching in the future. These are stories all of you can get involved with. Maybe you have an opinion on one of these topics, or personal experience maybe. Think about these topics now so that when the opportunities arise, you're in the right place to grab them. The trends here are pretty much generic, but you can put your own twist on it to make them fit what you do. Get creative with the brainstorm and see what you can come up with. You don't always need to think about writing a full story for the media, which can seem a little bit daunting at first. Instead, look out for journalists who just want a sentence or two of expert input, which is a really easy task for you to get involved with. So let's look at these topics, shall we? Feel-good stories are in this year. It's all about spreading positivity right now. There are even magazines being launched that only focus on positive stories, which is quite uplifting. Sometimes it's good to escape the negativity, isn't it? So what nice positive stories can you tell? Next is the C word, COVID. Anything to do with this topic is still big. Think about the effects of the pandemic on you. Do you have any expert knowledge on how to live with COVID, or how to overcome COVID anxiety, which many people still have? Maybe you have a personal story to tell. This topic will run for a while yet, as the long-term effects on life, businesses and the global picture are only just starting to become clear. How did COVID impact your business? Did it get through it unscathed, or did you have to make changes? Maybe you're part of the Great Resignation, ditching your career to start your own business. There are lots of stories you can tell here. Wellbeing is still hot on the agenda, and mental health in particular. Who is doing what to tackle this issue? What are you doing personally? What are your top tips for mental wellness? Anxiety, stress or depression? Do you have a personal story to tell? How are different generations being affected? These are all things you can write about, but keep it positive if you can. All things green and sustainable is massive in the media world. Share your thoughts, advice, tips for, how-to stories. What are you doing in your business around this subject? What are you doing in your life? What's your view on the extreme weather? The thing that we're all suffering with right now, we're all facing it. These are things you can write about and have an opinion on. Then next comes ethics and values. It's more important than ever to show your business as one the media might want to represent. Talk about why it's important to have a purpose. Talk about how values shape your life. Maybe you could write a story about personal ethics, what they are and why they're important. How do you use values in your marketing? That's a really important story to tell, because people love working with a business that's got values. Then we come on to Brexit. Here the media are looking for your stories. How are you being affected as a business owner? What are the impacts, the costs? Are you having to lose local suppliers instead of going global? Is your business struggling or flying following Brexit? Don't debate the for or against argument, as this ship has definitely sailed. It's all about how this is affecting your business, good and bad. The topic of diversity has definitely ramped up this year, and age diversity in particular. So, are you a 50 plus female business owner with a story to share? If yes, the media wants to hear from you. Maybe you're at the opposite end and you're a young new business owner. This could be interesting too. Of course, diversity around the LGBTQ plus population will always be a strong topic to write about, especially if it's a personal story to you. Now we move on to hybrid working or working from home. This will continue to be a theme. The do's and don'ts, the positives and negatives, the tech needed, how to keep staff motivated if you never see them, how do you onboard new staff, your stories of working from home. There's absolutely lots of opportunities to get involved with this topic, so give that one a go. Then anything to do with travel will stay current. As I film this, travelling in and out of the UK, particularly by air, is a real struggle. Do you have an opinion on this, or a personal story? If you're in the travel industry, what stories can you tell? What advice can you give? What top 5 hassle-free destinations would you recommend? How about a story about the top 5 staycation holidays to take, regardless of where you're living? Maybe you're a business owner who's living the life and travelling while you work. All these things are really interesting. How-to stories will always be popular in the business world, and this is a great place to start if you're new to using media coverage for business growth. Share valuable information and potential clients will love you for it. Anything that overcomes a struggle or makes their lives easier are topics to focus on. And of course, this is your bread and butter content, so it shouldn't be too hard to come up with a number of ideas to send to the media around this. Newsjacking is a great way to get current ideas, stories and opinions out there. If you don't know what this is, then let me explain. Newsjacking is where you talk about something that's currently topical and newsworthy. Again, as I film this, there's plenty of things you could be talking about. There's Boris Johnson, the UK heatwave, Love Island, the Ukraine versus Russia war, aggressive dogs, the Queen, women's football, the safety of women on the streets. You'll need to find an angle to hang your story on, which needs a bit of thought, of course. Often these are topics that journalists will want to include experts in, so watch out for those opportunities. Journalists will be doing shout-outs about this stuff. You know, if you're an expert, they'll be saying, if you're an expert in this particular topic, get in touch because I need you. When you're thinking about media coverage for business growth, remember that storytelling and showing your vulnerability is always popular and will draw potential clients to you. Since the pandemic hit, this has become even more powerful. It's all about the connections after all. So there you go. Those are the popular topics that are going to be hitting the media in 2022 or for the rest of 2022 and into 2023 and possibly beyond. So what ideas have you got around all of those topics? Do some thought dumping. Get a piece of paper out, check back through those topics and just start writing down all the things you could write about or have an input to. Now, if you are a coach of any type and are ready to start using media coverage to drive insane business growth, I've got something coming up that you may be interested in. My new service, the Media Hotline, launches on the 8th of August 2022 and is designed to bring coaches and the media together. I'll be delivering to you opportunities to get involved with the media regularly. Plus, you'll get media support from me in our Facebook group. Yep, I do the hard work of finding the media opportunities for you, and I'll hold your hand while you chase those opportunities. And the best bit? All of these opportunities will be appropriate for coaches. So no more having to wade through generic opportunities to find the ones you can get involved with. If this sounds interesting to you, simply click on the link in the description box to join the waitlist and I'll be in touch with full details soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next vid. Bye.